everybody, welcome back once again to JJ's PC Builds. You know, it's JJ with you once again. And if this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Don't forget about the notification bell so you know when I post the next video. Today, you guys are sitting here looking at the fact of talking about, and we got dogs in the background. Oh, Machine, say hi, by the way, to everybody. He's on the telephone with me right now because I couldn't get Discord to play nice. So I decided to just put him on the telephone and see how this rolls. He's got the dog in the background. He's picking his nose in the background. He's doing everything in the background, but saying hi. He did say hi, didn't he? But anyway, I'm going to say hi to Mr. Cyborg. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Yes, and don't forget your drinking snacks, by the way. Don't forget your drinking snacks. What we're going to do today is something a little different. We're going to have a sit down and we're going to have a talk down about this. And I've been watching on the internet, and I'm going to cross my arms like this. I've been on the internet watching everybody, talk about, resizable bar. Is it going to be, how do you say it? Is it going to be good, or is it going to be bad, or is it going to be ugly? Is it going to do something for you? Does it do anything for you? I mean, I've done some testing, and I can tell you, and I know before you guys even say anything, I know you're getting ready to think it, so we're going to get to that point of the thought. But the point of the thought was this: does it help when it helps, or does it hurt when it hurts? What I mean by that is, when you go into your BIOS and you have Resizable BAR turned on, and you go on to Windows and you play your games, does it help? Some games it does, some games it's turned off. So if it helps or it hurts, whatever the case is, depends on, and I know you guys are going to go with this, and this was brought up to me by other people, like Mr. Prism, by the way, that it was a good point that when you got a 5090 or a 4090 and you got Resizable BAR on, will you notice the difference turning it off? Yes, you will notice, as I've always been told. But I'm on the 4070. I started with just low settings, nothing else, just low settings, to see what it was like on and off. You could barely tell, because I'm on a lower end graphics card. Well, a mid-grade graphics card, but it's kind of lower end. So, but when I put it on high settings, nothing else, just high settings, and this is with Cyberpunk, by the way, I noticed a 4 FPS jump. When I turned it off, I got 4 FPS more. 4 to 10 FPS, somewhere in there. Did that actually really help me much? No. Was it worth it to turn it off and turn it on? Truthfully, guys, anything that's below the 4080 or the 5080, you really don't need to turn it off. That's just my honest opinion. You really don't. Because in the programs, with the software, with the games, if you get into a game that turns it on, it'll turn it on. You get into a game that turns it off, it'll turn it off. So it's not like it's on 24/7, which it's not. It's discretionary by the developers to be on or off. So, does Resizable BAR really help you, or does it hurt you? Well, before Resizable BAR came out, they were using 4G decoding. But now, looking into the motherboard that I got, it looks like MSI put that 4G decoding for crypto mining. Because when I disable ReBAR, it shows me 4G decoding with crypto mining. I don't do crypto mining. So, again, a wasteless point of usage. Turning off the 4G decode. If you go on to AM4, you can still use the 4G decode with Resizable BAR. But AM5 is a little bit different. It looks like it turns it off. It combines it to Resizable BAR and the 4G decoding together. To me it does. But all in all, oh, no means yes. So, all in all, guys, Resizable BAR, unless you're running an 80 class or better graphics card, or on AMD side, you probably really wouldn't notice it that much. Usually with AMD, they kind of like you to keep it on anyway. So, and with Intel, the same way. They like you to keep it on. But it looks like with NVIDIA, it's kind of a push come to shove kind of thing. It's not good to turn it on all the time, but only turn it on when games need it. So I do like that fact that, it doesn't turn on by itself. It only turns on if the game needs it. It's supposed to help with stuttering and everything else, artifacting, stuttering, and all that from what they said, But some people are saying that with it being on with the 80 class and the 90 class on the NVIDIA cards, that it was causing more stuttering. So they turned it off to eliminate the stuttering. Now, I mean, who knows the truth in the matter of the fact of that? That's just what they put out there as an article. So, what do you think, Machine? Uh-oh.
I'm here.
So what do you think about the Resizable BAR crap?
I mean, if it doesn't make that much big of a difference, then
yeah, but it doesn't make that much sense when it comes to the fact of using it. Because in actuality, there might be minimal to almost no games out there that use it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Some people were talking about Assassin's Creed, or is that Assassin's Creed, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Some people were talking about it affects Assassin's Creed, so they had to shut it off for Assassin's Creed. But if I remember right, and I'm going to take a good look before I put my balls on the line and tell you guys the right information, which I'm going to look right now. Going into the settings. What was it? Graphics. Was it graphics? It's amazing that I see now that they put in the NVIDIA app. They put FSR 2 and 3 in there as a bypass, I guess. I don't know. I gotta remember where ReBAR was. They did a lot of changes recently on the Actually, I thought they had. I thought they had at one time, um, where you can see that you have resizable bar.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I guess it all moved around now. Oh well. I know it's there. I know it's on. I left mine on. I thought it was there, but it's probably in the control panel still. Probably. But the whole moral of this story is this, guys. If you're running graphics cards, older graphics cards like your 5000, your 6000 series, if it doesn't require it, I wouldn't worry about it. But if it does, then make sure it's turned on in the BIOS. It'll have a margin where you can take and mark it on and off. It says resizable bar. So you just gotta look for it. It's there. So, is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna? The whole point of this live stream was to tell you guys that it's not as bad as you think. There's too much misinformation out there on this subject. I tested it with it on. I tested it with it off. I seen minimal to no difference when you're playing Steam games. Now, where I noticed a bigger difference was when I was testing it with a program on the PC alone with no internet. So it's running, offline. So it's just the sole PC itself. I noticed a 4% difference. Did that really make a difference when it comes to playing Steam games? No. Is it something I'm really going to worry about having older systems? No. I just wanted to break that cleanly to you guys so you know that if you hear somebody talking about, oh, turn it off, it's not working, this and that, test it yourself to see what your FPS is going to be. Test it yourself, turning it on and turning it off, and see which way your performance is going to go for that one game. Now remember, if you're going to test this, every game that you play, you're going to have to test them one by one to see if it works best on or off. If you're going to go through that juggle, and Machine, I don't think anybody's going to go through that juggle.
No, I don't do that. No small gains.
There's some people that got 150 games. They're not going to go through 150 games. They're just going to leave it on and just walk away. They set it and leave it. That's all the whole purpose of gaming. Set it and leave it. So, but you really think it's beneficial? The information that I'm giving you guys is beneficial, just to let you know. So, as far as using it or you're not using it, just leave it on. Let your games determine if it needs it or not. Save yourself the trouble and the headache. So in the long run, when they start utilizing it full time, then it'll be more worth your time to, just leave it on. So either way you look at it, just leave it on. Some people say turn it off. It does you no good. Okay, well, I've already tested that. I've already looked at that. And I mean, between AM4 and AM5, absolutely no difference. For a couple FPS difference, being on low end compared to a medium end, you're not going to notice. Does it change the way the game plays? No, it don't. So is it really worth turning it off? Or is it really worth just leaving it on? When it comes to the mid-grade and lower end, I would leave it on. I really would. But that's your decision. It's your computer. You decide whatever you want. I'm just telling you my testing results. It's not clear enough to me for me to turn it off. It's not beneficial enough for me to turn it off. But if you're running an 80 or 90 class card on NVIDIA, or if you're running like, you know, the 9070, 9070 XT, or, you know, your 9000 series, your 7000 series, high-end cards, it might work the same way, or it might not. I can tell you, I'm not going to notice the difference because this has got the RX 5500 in it. Because really, ReBAR wasn't the thing with this specific card. So, you don't really notice it if it's on or it's off or whatever the case is. You really don't know. That's unless you really, really, really think that it's really hindering your FPS or it's really hindering your graphics. I don't think it is. I have not yet, after all the testing I did all day long, I have yet to see it actually hinder anything or cause artifacting or cause stuttering with it either on or off on medium to low end cards. So I did a lot of testing today in the background. I didn't get to do it with you guys, not yet, because I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with this system in order to do a live stream to set it up to what this system's doing for testing and all that. Or I'm just going to have to get a whole new test bench and use an actual test bench for a change machine. You know, I guess I got to look for a decent test bench. Maybe that's what we could do tonight to do a little bit of a follow-up and see what we can come up with. It's not so much that we don't need to talk about ReBAR. There's really not that much to talk about it. But we can always shift our attention to something else that might have a little bit more meaning to it that y'all might be interested in. So I think I don't know. Yeah, I'm always thinking. You guys know I'm always thinking, so let's see. Yeah, I'm always thinking. Yeah, there we go. Get it really set up for you guys, so that way you guys can read it there. Okay, we are on Amazon. Let's see, PC test bench. Let's see what we can find. Oh, I don't know, Mr. Machine, he's busy. They got it. I don't know, this one for $38. It's a PC test bench, open air PC case, open frame computer for $38. That don't look too bad, but it's got bars around the top and people want to see what's underneath the hood or in the hood. So Let's see. I don't know. They got that $16 one that kind of looks cheesy. Looks cheesy, guys. Looks cheesy. That's the one that we were looking at right here. Man, your dog's going crazy, bro.
It's not my dog.
Oh, even that dog's going crazy.
Dog's going crazy.
I don't know. Y'all telling me what you thinking. Let's see. Whoa, an early stream. Let's go. Hello there, Mr. Dakota. You want to tell him, Machine?
What, that he's late?
Oh, I don't think you wanted to tell him that now. Yeah. Machine says you're late there, Dakota. What do you guys think of this one right here? This tower style 300 watt PC frame. I don't know. Should we look further? Let's look further. I don't know. It looks different. I think it looks cool. Oh, it's a do-it-yourself. Guess what? It's all labeled for you, too. That's cool. So that means it's got room for modification. If you got to do any serious modification to it, looks like it's got room. Nice, nice, nice. So, that's an option. They got this one right here, but I can't believe the way that looks. That looks so generic on their for the picture for $127. That just looks too generic for $127. I mean, to me, I just feel it's generic. It's cheap. Even the $38 one looks better than that one, you know. I mean, hey there, AA, good to see you. Welcome back to the live stream, my friend. The guy that got traumatized by the RX 6710 gigabyte is back. Traumatized more than ever for no reason. I don't blame you. I'd be traumatized too if I had that card. You should have went with the 6800, not the 6700. Machine's got the 6800. He'll tell you that.
Yep.
This one's like a carry case. ITX, ATX. Oh, let's see. DIY, open frame, PC. It's not what I'm kind of looking for. Let's see. And that's pretty much it for that. Looks like, let's copy this. Let's go over there to Newegg. Let's go to Newegg. And see if they got one of those finangled. I don't want that neither. Let's see what Amazonian's got. Oh, that one don't look too bad. $61. That's a good transformation. That is a really good transformation. $25. Best to go back into the 61. That's what I'm saying. That same rack you can go over on Amazon. What was it, 39 or something like that? A better one too. $50 for that. Damn. That one don't look half bad. That one don't look half bad. But that's like $76. $104, $63, $55. That's the same one there. Let's see. What is that? That's a Zaleman Raven ATX mid-tower budget gaming PC case. RGB lighting strip with control button. Tinted, tampered glass. It has one pre-installed 120 millimeter fan for $39. But it's nothing nobody here would buy, trust me. Well, they got a white build, but no. Well, this one don't come up with enough fans. $230 for that same damn thing, man. Oh. You know it'd be better? Maybe I would just be better to build it out of plexiglass. Go to my normal hardware store and just pick up all the parts I need and just build it from scratch. It'll be a hell of a lot cheaper than buying it from Amazon. And look a lot better too. So. Oh, that looks... You know that machine?
What?
It'd be easier just to build, go to the hardware store, get all the pieces, put it together, and call it a day. I'm sure I can get about every piece that I would need to build the same thing at a hardware store.
It's probably be easier to build it by hand, yeah.
Because that way you can modify it any way you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, because I can't see spending $200 on an open air bench. Especially when you get the new DIY builders, they're not going to want to spend that kind of money neither. They're going to want to see it from scratch. So, yeah. Just acrylic alone with this one, this open air is $49. With shipping, that'll bring it over $55, $60. Is that really worth it? No. Not for $60. Stackable computer case. Okay. That's an interesting way of doing it. So they used a flat plate of plexi. They put all the standoffs on it, for the graphics cards and all that. And they put it on top of your PC case and route all the power wires from the back side to test out your motherboard and stuff like that. So they're using the case itself, the motherboard, the PC case itself as a backdrop. That's pretty cool. That's a good way to think about it, doing it like that. Using the flat side of your PC case, the back side where all the wires are at, putting it on your desk, and then putting that on top with with the inside fans, doing circulation, pulling in cool air and pushing it up through the bottom side of the motherboard to keep some of it cool. And then you got, or you can do ventilation on that PC case where you can vent channels to where you can vent it and pour it on top of the motherboard. Have the air that's pressurized in the center of the case, that's cool air, and have it pour through vents right on top of the motherboard. Make a good test bench that way. Other than having all that, monkey crap of extra fans hanging all over the place and everything else, you can actually utilize your PC case for extra airflow on top of the motherboard for testing. It would be a cool way of doing something. Maybe a company would love to collaborate that with me. Just that idea alone. I got more I would add to the idea, and make it affordable. Because I'd imagine those older ATX cases being thrown away, put some fanage in there, put in a mounting place where you can mount your reservoir. Well, no, actually you want to do that on the top side for your AIO cooler. Or, you can build it off a little bit extra in case you want to do like a water cooling. Just a test water cooling system. That would be cool. I don't know, you guys. Let me know your comment, man. Tell me what's up. What if you had a PC that had the clear tubes, the acrylic tubes for like a water cooling system, and you're able to light it up like the big dog that it is, and they got the waterproof, what do you call it? Forgot the name of it again. Damn, it was on the top of my tongue. ARGB that you can put inside the tubes. I did see that to where they had strung ARGB lights inside of the tubes. With the liquid, yes. Because it was all sealed. But I don't think I would do it that way. I mean, I would find a different way to light it up. If you get the frosted tubes, those would probably carry the RGB lighting inside of the case a little bit better. Depends on how you want to do it. There's many ways to light up tubing. Especially if it's frosted tubing. Then basically on the back side, you can have very fine, clear wire ties, plastic wire ties, and you can put RGB all on the back side where you can't see it on the tubes. Just a little bit of imagination makes it go a long way, I'll tell you that. But I was looking into what nobody does. What nobody really does on a PC case is behind the motherboard tray and the whole tray right there, having it mirrored. You know what I mean, machine? By mirrored it. That whole backdrop for, your motherboard where it connects and all that. Just having it all mirrored right there. So with the mirror, you can actually see everything that's going on behind on your equipment and stuff like that, making it makes it fuller, I think. So giving it that mirror look on the backside, you can put a mirror finish on that cage. Are you okay, man? You just ain't talking today. What's up?
Well, I don't know anything about this stuff.
Well, that's all the part when you're doing DIY is to come out of your comfort zone. Come out of that comfort zone and make it to where, to try something new. I'm always thinking outside of the box when it comes to that. It's like back a long time ago with those pelter plates. You remember those little cooling pelter plates? I was thinking of the idea of, using like a couple of them for a cooling solution on a full water cooling setup. But somebody already stole the idea, so I can't use that anymore. But what I can use is the fact of the plates, putting them on reservoirs. They make little long tube reservoirs. I was thinking about using those long tubes and coming up with some kind of stairways that you can build inside of your PC using those long tubes. Just making the stairway to heaven. And, I mean, it'd be different. Just stuff I'm thinking up for the future. Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Sooner or later, it's going to come time that I'm going to need a bigger studio to do, the videos. I'm going to need to expand sooner or later. When that happens, I'm going to get one big area. I don't need little offices or maybe one little office. Because, I'm going to have to sleep in the office to test it out. Make sure it's got the right cooling in there. Make sure it's got the right heating. Make sure it's got the right sound dampening. That's the reason why when you test things, especially when it comes to a studio, you test everything out to see how it feels. You ever done that, man?
Nope.
You never slept in a warehouse?
Nope.
Oh.
I slept in a car.
All right. I slept in a warehouse.
I mean.
Yeah. It's kind of fun. Helping a friend put it together and stuff long time ago. We used it as a place of residency in the meantime. And, it had sleeping arrangements and everything else. Don't worry, I wasn't sleeping on the floor with the wood. So, I know you guys are thinking that. I have possibly the most cramped studio because it's my bedroom and the desk is huge. What you see right here is my studio. This is my testing area. Just this, where this is a wall. This is a wall. And where my computer is on the other side, take my hands to the other side, that's it. Where my seat is, this is the only area that I use for my PC. That's it. So, what do you think about cramped machine? Do you call that cramped or what?
Cramped. Yep.
I have a 4-foot desk with 2 computers on it and with 3 monitors and a ring light up top. You like how I just got this stacked up the way I do? I mean, think about it. How I got it all stacked up. It's kind of wild, isn't it? I stacked everything up. I mean, I put the ring light on top, 2 monitors here, 1 monitor here, 1 PC here, 1 PC here, 1 camera there, and a 4-foot by 3-foot area. I would say that's 4 feet, and I would say that's 3 feet. That's pretty cool. But I got it stacked up about almost 6 feet. So, if that means anything. Right, I got you there, man. I got you there, Double A. That's pretty much what I do right here. Just my little area. I do it there. Behind I got a bed, a door, a rack. Over that way. Yeah, over that way. A rack. And a closet. A microwave. And a small fridge. And that's it. The room is 10 by 16, period. So, yeah, I need to stretch my legs out even more. Oh, you have too much stuff? Yeah. I'm gonna have to go through all my shelving and stuff, and I'm gonna have to redirect everything, and I'm gonna have to open up a little bit more space here. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking, and where the bed is, I'm gonna take and make it into like a fold-in dresser. So basically, the bed will fold into the dresser, and it'll look like a dresser, and it'll open up a bunch of room in the center of the floor. So that'll open me up for a rolling IKEA desk, you know, to where I can do and put bigger stands and, you know, for cameras and stuff like that. I can go from there. And then at the end of the day, I just pull everything forward, you know, and then I can open up the bed, do it all over again. So, sounds pretty cool. That's just what I have in mind in the future. In the future, maybe. So, never know. IKEA might want, somebody might want to, you know, collab with me on an IKEA desk. You know, like maybe like a 4-foot by 3-foot, one that raises and lowers kind of thing. You know, kind of looking for those. Something that I can just do on unboxing and stuff like that instead of doing it right here, doing PC testing, you know, PC part testing and stuff like that. So that way you guys can watch me doing it live, and I can have a screen on there, and stuff like that. So while I'm testing it, you guys are watching me while I'm testing it. It's an actual, you know, can't get any better than real time kind of testing. Stuff like that. What do you think, Machine? Am I getting there?
Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense. I mean, if I had a tripod and the camera on the tripod, and I'm like testing right there, and you guys are watching me test, and you see what's going on the screen for the testing, you'll see that I keep everything as legitimate as I can possible, period. Everything is legitimate. I really don't like to keep everybody in the dark of how I'm testing and everything else. I don't. Right now I do it on screen and I capture it with OBS on the screen, yes. But I want to get like a better camera to where I put it on a tripod and, I'm able to pan it right or left manually, and stuff like that, to where you guys can see what I'm actually doing when I'm, doing close-ups and stuff like that. I don't have a camera guy. I don't have an editor. It's all me. Basically, it is. I got a machine that keeps me company too. Right, Machine?
Yeah.
So, anybody out there got any questions or anything, don't forget, you can get into the live chat thing. It's free for everybody. It's open to the public. And if you hit the subscribe button, it'd be even better to have you part of the family. Oh. Alright, give me a moment, guys. I'll be right back. Got a phone call coming in. Alright, guys, I'm back. Seems it's like one of those telemarketer kind of things. They don't know how to answer the phone. Well, Double A, what about your cursed laptop? Let's talk about it. He's got a cursed laptop, bro. What do you think about that?
A cursed laptop?
That's what he says.
How is it cursed?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find out. Oh, let's see. Oh, it has a GTX 1650. Let's see. GTX 1650. Do I have one? Of course I do. GTX 1650. I got one. Yeah, I do now. Well, it's a 1650, man. It's only got 4 gigabytes of VRAM. I mean, I don't know what you're going to expect from it. Older games, yeah, you can play some of the older games. And believe it or not, on Steam, I did play some of the older games, and I have used it. I have used the 1650 for Cyberpunk, and it did work. I kind of use a lot of cards for Cyberpunk now these days, but it did work. It gave me between 50 and 60 FPS, but it's still gotten it going, What do you think, machine? It's got it going.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I used the RX 5500 over here to test on Steam. That's got 4 gigabytes of VRAM. And this is an OEM version, Dell OEM version too. That came from Mr. Machine, by the way. So. Well, thank God you're going to get an RX 9060 XT 16 gigabyte. There you go. That will be one heck of an upgrade. That will definitely do you justice. Yeah. It'll do you some justice. You'll be able to play games and everything else. Just as long as you understand what kind of platform you're on when you're running that 9060 XT 16 gigabytes. Remember, that card is designed, original design, to be PCIe 5.0 X16. Now, if you run it on 4.0 or 3.0, you might take a little performance hit, or you might be spooling your CPU up a little bit hotter because of the newer architecture, or it might be a balance in between the two, so you might get a perfect balance. So keep that in mind when you do purchase it and you do put it into your desktop PC, which it's, if that's what you're doing, or if you're deciding to do a 9060 XT laptop, which I don't know if one's out. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't looked yet. Machine, did you see anything about a 9060 XT laptop? Or no? I didn't think I'd seen anything on it.
I don't look for it.
But I'm going to keep the laptop as my computer for my TV. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah. I'm pairing the RX 9060 XT with an R5 7600X. You already got the CPU. Not a bad combination. 7600X with the 9060 XT 16 gigabytes sounds like he picked a winner. You really picked a winner between those two. It's not a bad card at all. Long as the motherboard that you chose, that's going to be the question of it all.
That's actually a really good pairing.
Yeah, but what's going to bring it all together is that motherboard and the system RAM. That's what's going to that's really what's going to bring it together. What you thinking, man? Do you think that's a good? That's good, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yep.
But like I said, it all depends on the motherboard and the system RAM and your SSD. So, I mean, I know you guys are going to say, well, Jay, you don't need an 800 series motherboard. But for the price at the time, the 800 series motherboard stood out to me like a sore thumb. So yeah, I can see the 800 series motherboard being a viable motherboard if it has the right VRMs, the right amount of lanes, the right chipset to run that CPU. So, I am very particular about that. Just like when, me and Machine were supposedly talking about this one. I got the MSI B850-P Wi-Fi motherboard with the 9700X. Running it with the RTX 4070, 32 gigabytes of 6,000 megahertz CL28 RAM. Not bad. Still on the same 750 watt power supply. Hasn't changed. And all the bells and whistles, you know, the crucial SSD and Samsung SSDs I got, you know, big hard drive still in there and all that. I mean, it's actually the same price Machine paid for his. If you think about it, it's actually the same price. So you got yourself an ASRock B850 MATX motherboard with Wi-Fi. Not bad. 32 gigabytes of DDR5 and a 1 terabyte SSD. Not bad. With that 7600X. You got an ASRock motherboard. Fine deal on it.
7000 series will be fine.
Oh yeah, I mean it's an X series chip.
I have no issues with mine. I got a cheap one.
No, you get the 7700X. He's getting the 7600X.
Yeah, but it's still 7000 class cards. I mean CPU.
Yeah, it's the 7000 series CPU on an 800 series motherboard.
Yep, that should be fine.
Oh yeah, most definitely. That's like an upgrade from PCIe 4.0 to PCIe 5.0. That's a big upgrade.
Yep.
That's the reason why I did it here. That's the reason why I told you about it over there. Yeah. 850 watt PSU.
Yep. You should be in good shape.
Yeah, you'll be in great shape. I got a 750 watt. And let me tell you the story of how much this 750 watt power supply went through. Put it to you this way. My one PC was in this case was a B450 motherboard, 64 gigs of RAM, 5600G, the 750 watt power supply, and the crucial SSD I started off with, and used hard drives, which I got about 10 used hard drives here. So I rocked it a little while there, and then I upgraded to the 5700X B550 motherboard. Same SSDs, same hard drives, same power supply, the 750 watt, on this one here. It's still in there, just as it is over here on the new one with the B850 MSI motherboard -P Wi-Fi, 9700X, 32 gigabytes of 6000 CL28 RAM. Still got the same SSDs, same hard drive, new case, and still costs the same price as this over here for that one right there. So when you're going from this one to that one, still the same price. Ain't that sick? What do you think, Machine? You didn't think about that, did you?
No.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I don't mind. So maybe, and I did buy a 1000 watt power supply. Okay, I did buy the Corsair. What was it? The RM1000E power supply, 1000 watt power supply with Corsair on it. I paid $169 for that thing. Back then, it was $169. But it has the Chinese capacitors inside and all that noise. It was a really good deal back then. But I don't have it anymore. That went into a computer that was built for a friend. That's the Christmas build. That's done and gone. So now, I really want to do a Christmas build, but I'm going to have to wait until next year to do a Christmas build. The reason is, I'm still working on the finances. Things haven't been easy. I haven't been the best of health. That's the reason why I cut back a little bit on some of my videos. If you guys were wondering, until I can get in a better place. For right now, I'm doing like 2 live streams a week. And if I can squeeze in a video, I'll try to squeeze in a video. It's just, my health has just been declining. And Machine can tell you, it's just been declining slowly but surely. Yes, no, sir? What do you think?
Well, you just need to take your time. Don't be in a hurry with anything.
I'm not in no hurry. I'm not in no hurry. My channel ain't going nowhere. I'm in no hurry. It's always going to have content on it. It's not going to be like it's going to be gangbusting out there, knocking your door off. But I'm going to have content out there. But it's going to be more legit, don't you think?
Uh-huh.
So, it's more or less like that. You're about as broke as me. Yeah. Things are tight right now. I understand where the community comes from when it comes to buying PC parts. I understand. I feel the pinch. Excuse me. I feel the pinch just like the consumer. I'm right in the rough with you guys. Okay? I'm not somebody that has a big bank account. I have no bank account. I'm running on fumes here. Serious. I'm running on fumes. I do the best I can. Try to keep up with you guys. Try to keep up to date with the news that comes out about new PC parts and stuff like that. Yeah, I would love to get them sooner or later. Got to have the finances. Am I right? Machine?
Uh-huh.
Got to have the finances. If you don't have the finances, you don't have the parts. I can't be asking everybody in the world to say, hey, can you give me parts for my channel? I can't ask anybody to do that. I've been doing this channel for over 3 years, working on you guys' trust. Hopefully I got your trust. Hopefully you stuck with me. Hopefully you hit a positive like on the video. Hopefully you stuck with me and you all of a sudden just decided to hit the subscribe button. That would be cool too. So, yeah. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Look, it is okay. Double A, that's cool. If you want to go do that, look. I tell everybody like this. It's there. You don't even have to do it if you don't want to. It's just there. Just like the super chats. They're just there. I don't not beating everybody down to hit for the super chat. I'm not beating everybody down to join the membership. No. I leave it for everybody that watches my videos and leave it as a discretion of your choice. Is that cool or what, Machine?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't look, do I ask for anything? No, I don't ask for anything. I just put out there, yeah, it's nice to have. You know, would be nice to have, nice to test and everything, but, you know if I don't pay for it, it's not going to work. Even though I know Machine donated to the channel, and it's most gracious, I'm most gracious that, he decided to do what he did. But I keep telling him, he keeps saying to me, Jay, we're going to get you that game. And I keep saying to him, no, you're not. Don't I, Machine?
Uh-huh.
I tell you, every time you say, oh, you want to get me that game, and what do I tell you? No, you don't. So, I'm not begging anybody. I watch some of these other reviewers beg for hardware. They go to those companies and they beg for hardware. I'm not begging nobody for hardware. If I can get it, I'll try to get it. If I can't get it, then it'll be a nice to have kind of thing. So, and I'm trying to work for everybody's trust. That's the bottom line. So, and AA, I know with my health problems and stuff, I know it's something that can't be resolved right now, but that's fine. That's fine. I mean, there's nothing I can do about being broke. I'm not ashamed of being broke, trust me. I'm not. It's just the way life rolls. It's just the hand that's dealt to me. That's all. Does that sound bad, Machine, when I said that?
No.
But it's true.
Kind of it is what it is type of mentality.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. It is what it is. So, I drink my water. I have my fun with you guys on the live streams. I do my thing, even though my eyes are all screwed up right now. And Machine knows that story because my eyes are like, kind of thing. Nothing I can do. I just got more bad news added to my plate today from the emergency room in the hospital. So, that's okay. That's fine. I will survive. How's that, Machine? I will survive. What's that song? Isn't that who sung that song? I forgot.
Well, I don't know. That was before my time.
Oh, I'm trying to remember. Oh, it's been so long since I've done that. Oh my God. Who's the singer that sung I Will Survive? Oh, thank you, AA. Thank you for that super chat, Matt. That's awesome. We do appreciate you. Well, save your money. Save your money, my friend. Okay, save your money. You don't have to send me that. I mean, it is appreciated you sending that. But save your money. Because you're going to, it's like what I tell Machine. Save your money up. There's more PC parts you might be able to get your hands on. So you're able to build your empire of a system into like a big castle. You know, I did like when that one girl did that big castle with Linus Tech Tips. I thought that was pretty cool when she and I even got her. I even subscribed to hers. Damn. Okay, well, Double A, you go ahead and have a good shower. We'll talk to you when you get back, if you make it back. Thank you once again. We do appreciate you, for sure. That was cool, Machine.
Yes, it was.
That was cool. The man he only had $1.75 out of his pocket. He donated $1 to the channel. And he's got it just as hard as I do. And that's to me, that right there, that choked me up, seriously.
Yep. That was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Wow. See, that's all, you know, people in this world have a lot of great hearts out there. I mean, a lot of great hearts. You know, especially when, you know, you got somebody down and out that they're willing to take that extra little bit. They could have used that for gas. They could have used it for something else that keeps them on the survival level. But just to say, here you go. I mean, that's too much. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
But it's cool.
He wanted to do it, so.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying nothing.
Yep.
That's why all those I have all those things in place. Just because if people decide they want to do that, that's up to them. I mean, that's cool. I am the most gracious person when it comes to somebody, you know, helping me out when they know I'm down and out. You know, all good things come back into a circle. You know what I mean, Machine? All good things come back into a circle. So, it's just reminding everybody out there to have everything come full circle. When you got somebody down and out and you know you go and help them out, and then one day they bring the same thing back to you when you're down and out, you know, it comes full circle. You know, we all have to learn to get along in this world. We're all under the same glass ball. We all breathe the same air that's being reproduced by the awesome plants that we have in this world. We're nourished by the lands. We are well taken care of by the people. But we all have to remember one thing. We all have to have a heart in this world. Because if we don't, then society will collapse. It'll just fade away. We'll go back to the caveman terms. And basically, everybody would be going ooga booga. You know? So, we have to remember we are civilized. We are some civilized people. We all should have a heart when the heart is needed the most. Always remember, love your neighbor, especially if your neighbor's down and out. If you know and you've been building PCs for many of years, and you see your friend struggling on it, always pick them up and say, we're going to help you get in the right direction so you can build your awesome PC. So remember, parts are of a million when it comes to PC parts, but life is 1 in 100, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean by that, Machine?
Mm-hmm.
So if you spend 3/4 of it, it's always good to help somebody out, especially when parts are 1 in a million.
Mm-hmm.
So just wanted to wrap with you guys a little bit on that, you know, give you guys the sense of appreciation. Some of the things that other reviewers don't do is give the sense of appreciation to their subscribers and the viewers. I don't count nobody out. Even if you don't want to sign up and subscribe to the channel, subscribing doesn't cost anything. Okay. Yes, the membership. I got the lowest membership at $3 if you want to support the channel. But, you know, that's up to you. I do have it open for, you know, if you want to send a super chat or whatever. You know, I did hit the milestone in order to, you know, what do you say, to monetize the videos. But I still got another milestone. I got to hit the 1,000 subscriber milestone. I'm still working towards it. We're only like, what, 170 more until I hit 1,000. And then we'll start a new milestone. You know, there's plenty to do, plenty of things to do. There's plenty of content that's in this world right now when it comes to PC parts. I got over 3 decades of experience. Not because everybody thought, you know, I didn't have any experience. They should think better. I started out in the early 80s, late 70s, till today. I started my channel for one reason alone, is because I've been watching all the misleading and everything else when it comes to building PCs. I wanted to change that. I wanted to give everybody the real information. I wanted to be hands-on with my subscribers when they need me the most, if they're stuck on their builds and stuff like that. That's what I'm here for. To help. I'm not here to help turn a buck. I'm not here for clickbait. I'm here for being the real deal. Machine knows that, don't you, Machine?
Yep.
So you heard it from the man. So, I'm not here for clickbait, guys. I'm the real deal. So you can either accept it or you can leave it, one or the other. Boy, we've been on for what, 1 hour and 23 minutes? Damn. That's not too bad. Hopefully I'm not boring you guys. If I'm boring you, just tell me and put it in the chat right there. Right there. Put your voice in the chat. Let me know you're hearing me. Yes, I talk slow. I can't help it. I take almost 50 pills a day to keep myself alive. If you really want to know. But I enjoy doing PCs, and I'm taking you guys on my adventure. With this one, with all those over there, you know, I got like a concession stand. Not much, just a little bit of parts. So, yeah. I mean, when I do these videos every time, and I'm gonna clarify this. YouTube does not pay me for my videos. I do not get ads added to my videos. If you wanted to know, I'm going to tell you all now. The only time YouTube pays me is if the viewers or the subscribers donate something to the channel. That's the only time I see anything out of it. But I take that money and invest it into PC parts. I'm not using any of that for my personal. I don't use it to pay my rent. You know, nothing. I do other things to pay for my rent. So, I just wanted to clarify that because there's been a lot of misconception out there. People talking about, oh, well, he's just got a clickbait channel. No, I don't. I'm not clickbait. I put it on the line. If people get into the chat, they talk with me and they want to know about certain things, certain builds or whatever, I stop whatever I'm doing to hear what they got to say. That's one thing that other reviewers don't do is listen to their constituents like I do. All 820 some of my constituents I listen to. Any viewer that asks me questions, I answer. And if I'm unable to answer the question, there's many of my constituents that are here on the channel that are more than happy to answer the question if I can. So we have a lot of good minds on my channel. We have a lot of professional minds on my channel. That's because they know where home is. And this is the place to be. So, that's what I tell everybody. You can either accept it or you can leave it. One or the other. You choose where you want to be. If you want to go over there and kind of go gung-ho on these other reviewers' channels, go ahead. But if you want to be led to the truth other than to the fiction, well then stick around. It gets better. Everything we talk about on Discord, which is for free, if you want to be a part of our Discord members, which is free, we talk over there all the time, every day. So you can be a part of that too. You hear, I've given you guys a lot of free things just to make you guys happy. You know? A lot of it. You think that's fair, Machine? Machine.
Yes.
You think it's fair that all this free stuff I give everybody, it's cool?
The free stuff you give?
Yes.
Like knowledge?
Yes.
Yeah. You've given me a bunch of your free knowledge.
Wow.
That I've paid for in giving you stuff.
Yeah, I know you do. Yeah, I know you do, man. Look, I don't deny that.
I know.
I do not deny that. I praise that because the man went and dug in his pocket and said, you know what, since you've given me a lot of help and hope, here you go. This is for the channel. And it exactly is for the channel. I'm using it exactly for the channel. So, it is what it is. You know. But anyway, guys, we all know, I'm just going to bring a little bit of a cap from the last live stream we did. A lot of people are losing hope on NVIDIA's 50 series super cards. They're losing a lot of hope. Is because of the chip shortage, which I think is a bunch of bullshit. I think it's a bunch of lies, bullshit, and everything else. I'm just going to be honest with you. Because when I go and look at the manufacturers of those wafers, and they're triple and quadruple and like 1,000 times more making money hand over fist on those wafers that they use for the CPUs, the GPUs, they use it for different chip products, you know, they use it for your SSDs, they use it for your system RAM, your video RAM on your graphics card, stuff like that. Bottom line. Those companies are pouring out the wafers hand over fist. Hand over fist right now. There's no shortage in that stock. Going to TSMC, going to Intel, there's no shortage in that stock. The problem is the data centers that they're putting out for artificial intelligence, which we should be calling it algorithm intelligence, AI, or we should be calling it, no, I'm not going to go there because that's too much. You know where I'm going with that, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to be discreet about that. So, coming down to the end of the day, these companies are pouring all that money. These big companies are pouring all their money into choking out the gaming community. Choking out. Doesn't matter if it's Nvidia, doesn't matter if it's AMD, Intel, Asus, ASRock, you know, Gigabyte. Doesn't matter if it's, who did I miss? MSI. Doesn't matter who it is. In the spectrum. In the spectrum. That they're going to choke us as gamers. And not be able to give us the best and the biggest and the baddest product on this face of this earth. Then obviously they don't give a shit about the consumer. Especially when you lie to the people. And you guys are wondering, why am I calling them out now? Well, I did before. When it comes to the fact of 5% here, 6% here, 1, 2, 3, 4% there. When it comes to generational upgrades, maybe 10 to 12% if we're lucky. Come on. That is totally, totally ridiculous. Any generation should be 100%. A 100% total upgrade. And then after that should be at least 20% more. So at least 120% upgrade. Every generation. That should be a big blessing in the sky. But you know what we get is this. We get 5% here, 6, 7% there. And we pay double the amount of money for a product, we get half of the product. Does that seem fair, Machine? It don't seem fair, does it?
Nope.
And you get half the product. So what are you actually paying for? Now you're seeing the bad side of Jay. Now you're really seeing the bad side. When I call people out, I'm going to break the truth and bring it 100% to you. Just like this crap with the Super Series. Nvidia should have already had those cards pre-made and ready to go. Ready to rock and roll. And we all know that, you know, they stockpile some cards because they don't want to leave a good money hole go dry. We know this. This is nothing new. All companies do it. And if you don't know that by now, then you better call somebody. I know it because I went through business and I know how business works. I see when people deceit, lie, and everything else. That was my job, to feel out the customers. My job was to feel out the businesses if they were screwing the business. See, the business I worked for might have been in hospitality restaurant work, but I've managed it, I've done it, and guess what? I've ran it. And I had to work with other obligations with businesses and everything else. So, you know what? It's nothing new to me. But when it comes to the PC world, this means everything to me. And it means everything to my constituents, which is my subscribers. It means a hell of a lot. We don't want to be lied to anymore. We want the truth on the plate. Maybe one of these days these companies are going to put the truth on the plate. And they're going to actually give us price to performance. And what they're giving us now is not price to performance. Not when everybody's going back and looking at, let's say, the 6000 series on AMD. When people are still looking to buy the 6800, 6850 XT, 6900 XT, 6950 XT for powerhouses, right? Other than buying your newest generation card. The one that you charge 3 times the amount and get half the dividend. Like the 9070 XT. That card would have been perfect at $600. And the 9070 would have been good at $550. And the 9060 XT would have been good at what? $350? Or actually it would have been good at $300, really. That's given us true price to performance. Not when you sit there and lie to everybody. Oh, well, we're going to have to charge this. Oh, because of, tariffs. And oh, because of inflation and everything. Stop lying to the public. You know how much you pay for these graphics cards, and it's 1/10 of what you're trying to sell it to the public for. So quit lying. PC parts are cheaper than everybody thinks. Because most of the parts that are for like your motherboard and stuff like that all come from China. Most of the parts for your brand new motherboard, half of them are used. Half of them are used from old motherboards. They don't tell you that now, do they? You think you're getting a brand new motherboard. No, they just shine that up and put a little lipstick on it, sell it to you, and say it's brand new. So, you can believe what you want. You can say, oh, they make new parts all the time. No, they don't. You got to remember, in this world here, there's only so many parts they can make until they got to go to the used and start using them up. Because if they don't, then the landfills are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then they're going to have a regulatory problem. And then they're going to have the government all over them because they're not using the parts. So you think you're getting brand new? No. Think again. Most of the parts that come off of your motherboards and stuff like that, they're all used. They don't say used anymore. They say repurposed. Repurposed. That makes sense to you, Machine?
Mm-hmm.
Bet you didn't know that, now did you?
A lot of the stuff from China is all repurposed.
Yes, it is. If it says made on China, it's repurposed. This right here, this motherboard here, made in China. All the parts are repurposed, and it's supposed to be a new motherboard. This is supposed to be a brand new motherboard. All the parts are repurposed. Because all the parts have tracking numbers. All you got to do is track them. That's how you know where things come from, man. They can't hide nothing from me because I know how to do all that nonsense. I know how to get the numbers off of each one of those parts, other than the resistors and the capacitors. But the transistors, they usually have a part number. And you can track them back to their actual their bin, their actual bin. So, alright, I figured I'd done poked you guys' eardrum hard enough. Hopefully. Cyborg, trust me, that is not my mate.
That's funny, though.
Bro, that is not my mate. He's looking for a mate. He probably has a mate, but he ain't. I mean, it's more or less like this. Checkmate. He ain't my mate.
He's pretty much saying, "How's your boy?"
Oh, I don't even pay attention to that anymore. That's just like 4 sheets in the wind, bro.
4 sheets.
4 sheets in the wind. Not even worth the time. Because everything that spews out of his mouth is either being a console bro or a half-witted bro, one that doesn't know how to fix the BIOS bro. You know, I mean, if you really want to get down to the brass tacks, it just ain't cooking, bro. God, it's just, I can't believe you blow up a freaking motherboard that costs $500. And then you turn around and ask somebody for a second. Oh, and you don't even know how to do the BIOS. It just irks my ass. You really want to know? Especially when people are hurting out there for PC parts. And you just destroy them like they're junk. You know, you have to look at it in my point of view. I mean, if you're just going to make your channel a landfill channel, then make it a landfill channel. Because that's what it's going to be, is a landfill channel. Me, I take appreciation in all my parts that I get. Even though I got one busted motherboard, which I know I can get it fixed. Just need to change the BIOS chip, and it's fixed. So, simple as that. But I appreciate all my stuff. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, bro. I mean, like I said, back years ago when I was in my teens, yeah, I was a console bro too. We all were console bros. Okay, we all been there. So, but the thing is this, right now, I do not have one console in my pad. Not one. I don't buy consoles. Because that's nothing but China's spare parts. And you got one company dicing up together something that's supposed to run over here. But people are still having problems with those consoles. So, no, it's not worth my time. Not saying there's nothing bad about being a console bro. You go by what you can afford, that's understandable. If you're rocking it and you're enjoying it, there you go. That's good enough. As long as you're rocking it and enjoying your game, that's fine. But when it comes to, coming up to put your big boy pants on and coming up to the desktop PC world and building it from scratch and really see how the parts really work, it's kind of a different story. Did I say big boy pants, bro?
You did.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, not very old school of you.
Yeah, that was old school, wasn't it? Oh, damn. Yeah. Just got to accept the fact if you want to get into desktop PC building, you got to pull up your big boy pants. You know, come to reality. Because where you want to harness the real power, this is where you need to be. Am I wrong?
Mm-hmm.
So you think a console can beat your system right now?
So no.
Do you think a console can beat my system right now?
Nope.
No.
Console only has a chance on the lower end systems.
Yeah. If you're running like a Zen 2 processor and like a 1660 Super. That's about right where you're at. I mean, when you use discrete graphics cards, oh geez, thank you. You told me that. Oh, somehow the sound got turned off. Let's start that again. Okay, RX 5500, 4 gigabytes of VRAM. I play Cyberpunk on it. Get over 60 FPS with no problem. I don't need to crank the settings. I balance everything. Using up only 3.2 gigabytes of VRAM. Am I wrong, machine?
Oh.
Oh, okay. So, the reason why I showed, since for some reason I don't even know how the hell that happened, must have been a button on my I feel that makes me feel dumb though.
No. Why?
I don't know. It just makes me feel like the computer did it itself, and I missed the whole damn point.
Might have been out of your control.
Yeah. Well, if you guys were wondering, this is the card machine sent to me. Was the ASRock Challenger 7600, RX 7600. It's a nice little card. There. There, so. This gets me 90 FPS. What, at 1440p?
No, it was 1080p. I don't think it.
I thought we
Well,
did.
maybe with ESR, you might have had it unbalanced.
Right,
I can't.
right. Well, even at 1080p, medium settings. Okay, and you can put a little upscaling into it, unbalanced, and still be around 90 FPS. You don't need frame generation. It's just
Nope.
it's nice little rasterization. Did I say DLSS?
Might have.
I mean FSR 3.1.
Well, we all know what you mean.
Yeah. But remember, I do have the FSR 4 INT8 in this system right here, which I can use either the RX 5500 with, or I could use the RX 7600 with as well. They both run with it. Can't beat it. So, Mr. Cyborg, no, there was nothing else that was missed in the time that my voice was cut off. For some reason, I'm really gonna have to make sure my cursor is over there on the other screen, other than being on the main screen where I got everything cooking. It's just crazy. Just crazy. So, Machine, you got anything you want to input?
Nope.
Buchongo! Welcome to the channel. Good to see you, good to see you. You guys, we got about maybe 7 minutes left before I'm going to call the stream. Just a little bit of a recap. When it comes to ReBAR, you know, I would just leave it on. Hell with the BS. Because some games are going to require it to be on anyway. So you don't want to be stuck in that point where you have it off and you can't play the game and you can't figure out why and you're pulling your hair out and everything else. Just leave it alone. If the motherboard turns it on, which it comes automatically on, should come automatically on, unless you got a separate motherboard that doesn't come with it on, but every motherboard I had so far always had ReBAR on. Not unless you go back into 2016, 2014 and stuff like that. They didn't have ReBAR back then, but they, you know, it does matter. So if you need it, best to leave it on. Don't turn it off. Don't kill your FPS. But if the game doesn't run right and ReBAR is the cause, then turn it off. Just remember you have it off and you have to turn it back on. So the next day you don't go to play a different game and guess what? Oh, I'm not getting the FPS I need to be getting. Or, you know, I mean, I checked it out on Cyberpunk. I tested it out. I didn't see much of a difference. That's just how it rolls. With cards that are like mid-grade and lower, you're not really going to see it. So just leave it on, leave it alone, and you're done. Cards that you're running, the 80 class and 90 class, that might be optional for you if it pulls away from your FPS too much, then take it into consideration. You might need to turn it off. So that's up to you. You make the decision. You test your computer. You find out that answer for yourself, so you know and you're secure every time you play your game that you don't have a problem starting up the game. So, and hello right back. So, guys, do you have any questions or anything else? We got about 5 minutes to go. So if you got a question, go ahead, wrap it right into the live chat. I'll read them really quick. But I really don't have any much more for tonight. I've said my piece. I've tried to bring it down to you guys far and straight. And also tell you guys this, and I'm going to say it again. I'm not an AMD fanboy. I am not an NVIDIA fanboy. I'm not an Intel fanboy. I'm a fan of the hardware. If it's good, I'm going to tell you. If it's bad, I'm going to tell you. Either way, I'm going to tell you. So, that's what you look at. I'm a fan of the hardware. It doesn't attach a name. That's not what I'm about. I'm about telling everybody if the hardware is good or bad. But if people do ask me a name, what kind of hardware it is, I will tell you the name. But you want to know performance-wise, without putting a name to it, will it actually cut the mustard? Now, machine, if it cuts the mustard, don't you think that's a little bit rich?
It would be rich if it cuts the mustard.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Most definitely. Green team all the way. Yeah, I know, Cyborg. It's all good. Hey, you can be on the green team. You can be on the red team, blue team, whatever team you want to be on. You can be on the alien team. I mean, AI team. I don't judge you for whatever team you're on. You can be on the green side. You can be on the red side. You can be on the blue side. You can be whatever side you want here on this channel. We all get along with each other. It does not matter. We all get along. Am I wrong, Machine?
No, we do get along. You won't be in the group.
I mean, are you green or red or blue?
Me?
Yeah.
Whatever works.
Exactly. That's basically how I am. Whatever works. I mean, whatever does the best. That's what I go by. Whatever does the best. Yeah, I got a 4070, but don't forget, I got other cards here too that I do test. This is AMD side. This is NVIDIA side. So, and I'm going to have an in between. It's going to be called an Intel side as soon as they kind of pick up their slack and kind of get their butts reared around. But you guys should know it's coming soon. They will get their stuff reared around sooner or later, hopefully. So, AMD was green team for decades. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But anyway, guys, I know what's true for me, and I know what's true for you, and I know it's true for everybody but two. Me and Machine, that's who. Boy, that rhymed, didn't it? Oh my God. I can't believe I just went there with that. But anyway, you want to say your goodbyes to the public there, Mr. Machine?
Bye, everybody. Have a good night or day, whatever country or time zone you happen to be in or side of the world.
And he said it just well. So I'm going to leave it on that note. And I am just going to bring it down like this. If this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Don't forget about the notification bell so you know when I post the next video. Until the next time. Did I say that too loud? I think I did. You think I said that too loud?
Nope.
Well, until the next time, in the next video. You know who it is, or live stream. But you know who it is. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Take care, be safe, and don't do anything I wouldn't do.